right, so hello. Maybe I should turn the light on. Give me a second here. Oh, somebody's calling. It looks like a spam call. It's probably, did it pause my video? No, it didn't. Okay, good. You'll just go to voicemail. I don't know. I think I prefer the light off. I prefer that light a little better. I don't know. Doesn't matter. As long as you can see me. So, hello. My name is Valley Girl, and welcome to my channel. This is my very first video. I don't know what my video is going to be about. I want to create, ultimately what I want is to create a legacy for my kids so that they have something in the future. The way that today is March 24th, 2025. So I guess maybe a little bit about me. I am 50, what is this? This is 2025. I'm 53 years old. And I have 4 children. 3 are adults. 1 is still a teenager, but, you know, she's rapidly approaching adulthood. She'll be going to high school next year and 4 years after that, which seems like a long time, but in the grand scheme of things is not. Time flies rather quickly. I did not think in my 20s or 30s that I would be having this conversation. But here I am. I'm going to start a YouTube channel. It's only really, I don't know what the purpose of it is going to be. It's mostly just kind of, I guess, maybe to document my life. Although my life is not exciting. But what I want to do is also create a certain level of accountability for myself. I'm a frequent idea starter, but not finisher. You want to come for it? You're looking for a good idea? Oh, holla at your girl. But then the follow through is the problem. Like I can create a plan, but I don't necessarily always have the wherewithal to implement the plan or the stick-to-itiveness. You know, I don't necessarily, it's not that I give up easy, even though probably it would seem like that to some people. I just sometimes get bored. Or if I consistently keep running into brick walls, there's something in my brain that says, okay, that's a sign that maybe you should stop. Maybe this is not the way to go about it. Sometimes I will just keep bumping my head up against it because I think that it's really a good idea. But lately I have been like, just really, with the current climate, I've really just become very, let me pick this up. Sorry. Because y'all don't need to see all this down here. I just am really like, I don't know, trying not to be bothered, but I am bothered by the current political climate, social climate, economic climate, everything that has anything to do with people in general. It's making me very sad. So, but I need to go on and make a plan for myself and for my family. What I hope to do, I have 2 new little grandbabies. Oh, one is not so new. She's 3. And then the other is 2. Or not 2. She just got born. She's like a month old. So, I've been thinking a lot lately about what is it that I'm leaving behind. I'm disabled. I have lupus. And so, of course, many people know that sometimes lupus can be one of those things that can definitely shorten your life. What I will say is that I was told a lot of things when I first got diagnosed with lupus, like, oh, you might not make it past 5 years, you might not make it past blah, 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 whatever. And I'm still here. So I'm done with that being a limitation on me. I was already done with it. I mean, I was already trying to still live my life, even though lupus does a lot of things to prevent you from living your life. But I want to stop focusing on the time that lupus sometimes makes me lose. I lose it to the bed. I lose it to hospitals. I lose it to treatments. I lose it to whatever other things that are going on with it, and focus on the things that I do have, so that when I am having good days, when I am in a good space, um, then I can, focus on that stuff. So I have been, over the last couple of years, learning how to can. So I've been canning. I canned some turkey the other day. I'm really proud of myself. I've canned in the past some spaghetti, but it didn't come out some spaghetti sauce, spaghetti with meat sauce. It didn't come out the way that I had hoped. It was mostly because of okay, we're not going to go into that. I need to try to keep this focused. That I do have a tendency to lose focus as well. That's one of my, character flaws. So anyway, I'm 53. Obviously, I'm Black. I'm a woman. I am single. Not that that matters. It's not a thing. It's not like I've always been single. Obviously, I have 4 kids. But I am single. I'm Black. I'm disabled. However, those are not things that are limitations to me. Those are the things that help me to be strong, or those are the things from where my strength comes. So I don't think of myself as disabled. Like, I try to do as much as I can do on my own. I'm not always in my wheelchair, or in the bed all day long. But I need to be focused on some things. So one of the things that I want to do is I want to start a homestead. I know that it's like a trendy thing right now, and I'm not doing it because it's a trendy thing. I want to be able to own some land. I'm 53 years old. I don't own a house, never owned a house, never owned a piece of land. I've always been running on emergency mode, which is, you're a single parent, you're doing everything on your own. So you don't have the wherewithal or the time or the energy or the effort for savings. Now I see that that was wrong. That was a flawed way of thinking. I should have been focused on trying to build something for my kids, but it was just really hard because you're trying to make sure that you are getting everything that your kids need, trying to do everything that you could to make sure that your kids can survive. I've been homeless. I've been, a couple of times I've been homeless. So, yeah, you just, hey, no knock.
Hey, Mommy.
What's up?
I'm just coming to get my headphones. Sorry.
How this plays out on the ground more specifically. And because we're running out of time, I won't tell you this fantastic pedigree, but I'll tell you in the Q&A.
That was my daughter.
Please join me in welcoming Sandra.
She don't knock. Never. She don't ever knock. When she comes in and she thinks you're doing something that doesn't include her, she's coming back. That was one of my daughters. Anyway, so what I want to do is buy some land and start a homestead. I'd like to my plan is to have at least 10 acres so that I could have a pond for fishing. I mean, if people can swim in it too, that's fine, but that's not my goal. Sorry. Yeah. So now I've lost my complete train of thought. Now I feel like I want to stop recording. But I'm not going to. I'm going to stick with it because this is the plan. This is the thing that I've been thinking of. And I'm going to just post this video and, it may I'm not going to promise to post every week. That's not going to be me. If you're looking for somebody that's going to do that, Mariah Elizabeth, I watch her. She's a YouTuber. She's an artist. She posts almost every single week. So you looking for somebody to post regularly? That would be her. That's Homestead Heart. Well, although they don't always necessarily post regularly, but they're pretty consistent. Or Lead Farmer 73, or Becoming a Farm Girl. So I watch some YouTubers pretty consistently. My tastes vary, so like I will watch. I'm always a fan of PBS, so I'll watch the PBS NewsHour and any kind of like OPB or something like that they have history on. Then I'm interested in that. I watch the Y-Files, which is kind of quirky, but that just matches who I am. Of course, Becoming a Farm Girl, Homestead Heart, Lead Farmer 73, Epic Gardening. And I don't want to say it's a guilty pleasure because it's not really a guilty pleasure, but Indisputable with Dr. Rashad Ritchie, I have to take that in bits because there's so much crap going on in the world, and his show highlights a lot of that crap. So I don't always want to be exposed to that. I can't anymore. I'm tired. Like I want the world to be fixed and perfect and balanced and whatever, but I'm tired. I'm tired. I can't. So my channel is going to be about, I hope, it's only going to be about homesteading. It could be about more though. I currently live in a 6-story, 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment with no outdoor space. And when I say no, not even a patio, not a balcony. The windows don't even open all the way. So my garden right now consists of a tomato plant that I grew from seed from some cherry tomatoes that I bought from the grocery store. An avocado seed that has sprouted and is finally in dirt. And I have a couple of others I'm hoping that they will amount to something. But I get as far as success rate with the avocados goes, I usually get 1 out of every 10 I can grow a plant. So, and then the one usually doesn't always make it. I have one I left in California. I have one that I left in Oklahoma. I've been to a lot of places. I've moved to a lot of places, lived in a lot of places, but one of them is the one in California is quite tall. It's got to be at least 8 feet tall now. My brother sent me a picture of it. I'll send it to you, or maybe I'll post it in this video if I can figure that out. I have to have my younger son help me with that because I don't know how to edit no videos or nothing like that. So you might get this whole thing. I don't know if you will or not, but I hope to be able to cut some weird stuff out. I'll have to watch it and see what I think about it. But I have a tomato plant, avocado tree. I have a bell pepper plant that I started some months ago. It's only about maybe 6 inches tall, but it's been dropped and knocked over and a whole bunch of things because we have a dog and it's in a place that's not necessarily all that convenient, but it's the largest window in the apartment. It's eastward facing, so all the windows in our apartment are eastward facing. We don't have the luxury of having. There was an apartment that was available on the corner. I wanted that one, but somebody else had already spoken for it, so I don't get any southerly sun, or I don't get a north to south vantage of the sun. I only get the east to west, and only the east because the west it's on the other side of the building, and it's kind of more east is actually kind of more, I wish I could, well, I guess I could. I just don't want you guys to see my messy room. But there is I'm washing my sheets. That's why my bed has no sheets on it. But that's the window. That's one of the windows. And all of the windows are on the same side. And that points not directly east, but kind of southeast-ish. So true east is probably over this way. So when the sun is coming up, it's more on the corner of the building than it is. It's more on the corner of the building as opposed to right in the middle. And we're right smack dab in the middle of the building. I mean, we're on the 4th floor. And like I said, we're 6 floors. The first floor is like businesses. So, well, mostly businesses. But so we're on the 4th floor. So we're one of the floors in the middle. And in addition to that, we are the floor in the middle. Because if you think about it, that means it's only 5 living floors. And so we're the 3rd one in the middle, so we're in the middle, and we are literally in the middle of the building. The elevator is right in the middle, and the elevator is, if you were to go out, if you were able to walk out of my bedroom straight to the outside hallway, you would see the elevator. It's right there. So, and it's right in the center of the building, and there are apartments down there and apartments down that way. So we're right in the middle. So anyway, we get sun, obviously enough sun for those plants that I mentioned to grow, but not enough for I need some full sun. I'd like to be able to plant outdoors. Because of my lupus, sometimes outdoor activities, sorry, I'm just trying to figure out why it's doing that. Because of my lupus, sometimes outdoor activities are somewhat prohibitive to me. Sun exposure is a problem for me. I will have a flare up and I'll be in the hospital, and that's not what I want. So I discovered that during COVID when I was trying to get out of the house because everybody was driving me crazy. So I would just go to the park and sit and do nothing. And that meant I was spending a lot of time in the sun. I was also smoking a lot more cigarettes, so that's a possibility. That could have been a possibility, but I've since then quit. And anytime that I do anytime that I do go out in the sun, I start experiencing a flare up. So anyway, so my goal is I was talking about plants. Sorry, confusion. So avocado, tomato, bell pepper. I have 2 lemon trees. They're really small right now, that I started from seed, and a mandarin tree that I started from seed. What I've been told is when you buy stuff in the grocery store and you start it from seed, like when I say mandarin, a cutie, is where we got the seed from. It was the only seed that sprouted, so I only have one of those. But the lemon seeds, they're so easy to sprout. I sprout them all the time. And I've not necessarily grown a whole tree, but what happens is, like I said, I will start something and then I will lose focus. I will get bored. I will become impatient, and then I don't want to do it anymore. And there were a couple of times where I got really frustrated. I wasn't going to grow anything because the plants kept getting knocked over because the dog's crate was over there. It's just in general. And it wasn't just him that was knocking it over. I don't want to blame it on him because one time I tossed a pillow over there onto the couch that is now blocking it. And the pillow actually went over the couch, over the backside of the couch, and hit the rack and knocked everything over. And I was cleaning up dirt for weeks. For not weeks, but days. Like every time I turn around, I would see a new dirt spot on the floor, and I'd have to go get the broom, sweep it up, get the mop it up. It was crazy. It's been crazy, but we'll see. I'm gonna try to give myself a little bit more grace. I am a bit of a perfectionist, so I don't know if anybody believes in, I don't really care whether you do or you don't, but I'm a Libra. Um, I don't always believe that there's something to astrology, but I do believe that there's something to astrology. I think that there's a little something to it because I happen to notice some things that are similar amongst people who have similar signs or whatever. But I'm also on the cusp of Virgo. So I have all these like perfectionist tendencies that are constantly fighting with my tendency to have balance. Um, and so that might be the reason why I get I'm like really excited and stoked about an idea, and I'm, got this super major drive, and I'm just pushing forward. But if it doesn't come to a resolution, or it's, the path seems to be endless, then I tend to lose focus, or this is not something that I want to continue. And that's why I'm a little fearful of my dreams or my desires, but they have been eating away at me for like the last, I want to say 5 years, at least since, well, no, maybe 3 years, at least since I had to look at the date like it's changed. I just said it a little bit ago. At least the last 3 years, since 2022, 2021 is when I have was wanting to start my journey to potentially get my own place. So I think I do need to turn that light on because it's starting to get dark. I mean, it's really not. I mean, I don't know. It just seems like it's kind of faded. Just a second here. Let me show it here. Whew. Okay. So, yeah, I want to buy some land. So I've been looking at all these different things of land. I don't have any money. I'm broke. Since I am disabled, I am getting disability. I am a food stamp recipient. Luckily, seeds and things of that nature, plants, can be paid for with food stamps. Things that they come in, like pots, or things that I need to plant them, like soil or whatever, those things can't use that for food stamps. So I have a plan in mind for what I want to do at the end of this month. I know just from watching other people and listening to their other experiences that you shouldn't go and buy a piece of land sight unseen. I've moved into an apartment like that before, and it actually turned out okay, but that's just one. I will say that I have in the past, in my lifetime, have been lucky. Quite lucky. If you're a religious person, you'll say blessed or whatever. But and I can be religious sometimes. I am also, again, with that balance thing. Religion sometimes, and I don't want to target one specific religion because if I do, it's going to be problems. But religion has a tendency to not create balance. So, and don't tell me it's the wrong religion because I know a little bit about all of them. So don't try to come in the comments trying to change my mind. And I'm going to tell you another thing. I probably won't be reading a whole lot of comments because I don't have time for foolishness. I don't have time for trolls. I don't have time for bots. So I'm not, if you are coming in to like get me upset, get me riled up, try to discourage me, if you're coming in for entertainment, it's whatever. But if you're thinking that your comments are going to create some more entertainment for you, won't happen. Sorry. I'm just not that person. Like, I'm like a really like laid back, chill, peaceful person. I might find some of your comments funny, and then you're making yourself upset for no reason. So just, just cool it with the negativity. I don't need that. If you want to come with that negativity, just stay off my channel. Just avoid me, block me, whatever. Report me if you want. I don't give a damn. So, yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to, with some consistency, probably I'm going to need some help from my son because he's done this before. He's had a channel before. I've never done it. So this is all new for me. But I want to I'm looking for some level of accountability for myself, because now that I'm putting it out there in the world, you know, I don't want to necessarily feel like I have to follow through, but it just gives me a little bit more of a sounding board to put it out there in the atmosphere, so that I can speak it into existence, speak life into it. Life and death lies in the power of the tongue, is what is said. So I want to speak life into this idea that I have, so that at some point in time, when after I'm gone, because I'm not, nobody lives forever, but after I'm gone, I want to be able to say, or I want my grandkids or my great grandkids to say, hey, my grandma did this. She, at 50 years old, she went and did this. And I want to be able to say, hey, at 50 years old, I did this. And that I can do it. I need to know that I'm still capable. Right now, I'm in a place, I feel like I'm in a space where I'm not capable of doing much of anything. Yeah. So, we're going to see. We're going to try to prove myself wrong. I'm going to try to prove myself wrong and know that I know that I'm capable, but whether or not I actually do it, whether or not I have the follow through, whether or not, or maybe even the self-discipline to do it. But I feel now it's more important now more than ever for me to go out there and try to find this, find this dream for myself. And I don't have to be rich. I don't need that. I don't need money, because I can't take none of that crap with me. I mean, I could leave it for my family, but I can't take it with me. So that's not what I'm here for. I'm here because I have a dream. I want to realize that dream, and um, I hope that I can make it come true. I hope that I can stick with it. And maybe, a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, I can look back on this and say, look, this is where I started. This is where I was at to begin with. So, I will do a follow-up video to show you the plants that I have. I'm calling them plants. I'm not calling them a garden, but I am planning on, at the end of this month, amending that. That's what I was going to say. I started to talk about that, but my plan is, one is, of course, one of the main goals is that I need to find a piece of land, that I can afford, that's, in a place where I want to live, that I can start my homestead on. That's one. Also, I need to garden. I need to know for sure that I can garden. I mean, it's evidenced by these seeds that I have started, but I have also started other seeds that weren't very successful. So I need to practice at it, so this is going to be you seeing me practice, and maybe you'll learn something. Maybe I'll help somebody else, because I couldn't really find a whole lot of content on broke people in an apartment that don't have any outdoor space gardening, trying to grow their own groceries, especially because groceries are getting to be so much more expensive now. And of course, these things are not going to happen. The groceries that I'm growing, they're not going to pop up right away. It's going to need to be like, some years, not years, some months before that actually happens. But I want to get started. I want to document what I'm doing. All I have is an iPhone. I have a laptop that's a piece of crap that I checked out from the library and damaged, and ended up getting to keep because I damaged it. I don't have much, but I want, maybe my making this video will help somebody else realize their dream of what it is that they might want to do, realize that they can do. I mean, I want to help people. I just don't know how my life can help them. But maybe by putting it out there, maybe it will. Maybe if we spend more time talking to one another and finding the ways that we can relate and communicate and see eye to eye with one another, maybe we wouldn't be in this place where we are right now, where there are people that seek to destroy us, to divide us, to separate us, to keep us from realizing our dreams, you know? I mean, and hey, I get it. If your dream is to be a race baiter or a segregationist or, you know, whatever, that's fine. Go, you can realize that dream without me being a part of it. You can totally realize that dream without me being a part of it. You go over there and do you, and I'm going to stay over here and do me. That's what I hope, is that I can encourage others who are like-minded to find their community, find the people that they mesh with, not seek to divide themselves from everybody else, but figure out ways that we can connect with one another, to help each other realize their dreams, to make everybody be healthy, happy, and safe. You know, that's ultimately what I want. So, thank you for listening. I can't think of anything else that I want to say. I thought about writing it down, but then I thought to myself, that would be just like I don't want to say a waste of time. I don't believe in wasting time. Or let me rephrase that. I do know that I do waste time. I just don't like wasting time, and I don't like having my time wasted. If the time is gonna be wasted, I'm gonna choose to waste it, not somebody else. So anyway, I'll come back and record another video. Probably not today. I need to figure out how to edit it and get it posted and all that lovely stuff. And yeah, so we'll see. Hopefully you'll see me soon, at least later. All right, take care.